Well, mouse control is the way I take progesterone.
How do you take progesterone?
Up the butt.
We are live, by the way.
You hear that, chat?
That's going in the YouTube video too.
Listen to Dr. Will Powers. Up the butt.
Up the butt.
I'm not kidding. That man's a genius.
Okay.
And I love him.
Okay. Oh, we have to figure out who's gonna do Kanaya. Do you want to do Kanaya? She's a very
Sure.
very prim and proper lady.
Ooh, I'll make sure to give her a nice, deep, and gruff voice,
Right on.
or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out as we go.
All right. Just for future spoilers, she is Rose's wife.
Ah.
Actually, I have a question for when Ash gets back, because the troll romances work differently than human ones do. They have 4 quadrants. They basically have like platonic friends, frenemies.
Oh, are we talking about troll shipping?
Yeah, I'm trying. So I have a question for you.
Yes, yes.
So Rose marries Kanaya, right?
Yes.
Does Kanaya drop how trolls do relationships, or does Rose adopt how trolls do it?
Kanaya is only with Rose. She pretty much drops quadrants and shit.
Got it. But Dave picks up quadrants.
Not exactly.
Okay.
It's more so, at least in the epilogues, and well, yeah, in the epilogues, because these plot lines are more or less concluded by the time Homestuck 2 starts. But in the epilogues, Jade kind of forces herself into Dave and Karkat's situation.
Right. I've heard that. And it's really creepy.
Yeah. This is not especially comfy.
No. But basically, trolls have the quadrants, so there's like hate fucking, best friends forever, romance, and frenemy.
No. Frenemy and hate fucking are the same one.
Oh,
the last one is kind of difficult to explain. Basically, because they're this was probably gone over before, but they're split into flushed and ashen quadrants. So romantic and platonic, and the best friends forever is platonic. They're each represented by a suit of cards.
Yep.
The one that is represented by clubs is called an auspicious, which is basically two people you know are romantically volatile, and you step in to coordinate them. Is essentially the fourth quadrant.
Like matchmaker,
Kinda.
Anyways.
It's more so like these two are bad for each other. I need to rein them in. Make sure they don't fuck anything up by being together.
Okay, so we're gonna start Route 2. Only real warning on this one is just blood, apparently.
Nice. I turned my fan on, so let me know if that gets obnoxious or loud or whatever.
Oh, I can hear it.
Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
It's really hot in my room right now.
Sorry. Because you're in it. We have decided that Autumn will be doing Kanaya.
Okay.
And I'm sure Autumn will do a great job of it.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I'll pick the voice once I see them.
You are learning more about yourself every day. For example, while you already knew that friendship was everything, you're now realizing that staying with your friends is not a priority. At least, that must be right, because you keep leaving friends and starting over again. Why are you doing this? Probably a deeply held value of some kind. That makes sense. Anyway, you're ready to meet more friends, and the only place you've seen new people recently has been on Jade's Stream Planet. You zap on over there. This time, something is different. It seems to be a different part of the day before. And the overhead clouds that previously served as fluffy white ambient backdrop are now alive with images. Meteor striking a dark world. A planet covered in sugar mountains doped with goofy giant teapots. A young gray-skinned alien girl running around catching frogs. These must be the clouds Jade was referencing. The ones she said could never be wrong. Well, you can take guidance from them too. You've trusted more dubious things than clouds. You zone in on that frog girl with the short haircut and the red skirt. Time for the zappy thing. It's always night on Troll Planet. At least when folks are out and about. But it's not usually this dark. You confidently head out to start exploring your surroundings and you immediately run into a wall face first. Okay. You're getting your bearings now. You've ended up in some kind of closet. You refrain from making a hackney joke about it. They probably don't even have that cultural metaphor here. And the noise you made elicited an answering yelp of surprise in the room outside. You hear footsteps approaching you, and then someone yanks the door open.
Hello. No, not. What's the voice I'm going for? That's it. What the fuck?
Are you doing a Pegasus impression?
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Opening the doors allowed a beam of yellow sunlight to fall across your face. You feel instinctively that the light is something to avoid. You hold your hands up to shield your face, and then remember that your hands are also made out of skin, and whimper. The heat is doing its best to fry you, like a vampire in a movie. Hey, you are sure... Kanaya ends up becoming a vampire. You are sure that idle thought will not end up having any relevance to this troll girl story whatsoever.
What are you?
Oh, it looks like she has fangs, but I think that's just her bottom teeth.
Did you just wander in here like...
Or was she always a vampire? And it only was revealed later.
It is an inherent part of Jade Blood biology. It is not awakened until later in life. Usually, it could be like forced to happen if they like die, which is what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah.
God, she becomes so cool after she turns into a vampire.
She's so fucking cool. I love Kanaya.
She's so cool.
What?
Also, I love her skirt. Something like that. You tell her, cringing away from the light. You get the feeling this girl is not going to fall for the old mailman gambit. Mail troll? You tell her you know one of her other friends.
Who? Wait. Is this... I was read that as Kakarot.
So, not a joke! I thought it was Kakarot the entire time I read Homestuck, because I misread it as Kakarot once and never corrected myself.
Fair enough.
Is it the Kakarot? Now I'm gonna do it too.
Yes!
I knew it. He makes friends with all kinds. Well...
Kaiba boy.
Kaiba boy. I obviously can't kick you out right now. You don't seem to be able to handle the sun. So I guess you better stick around until at least nighttime.
You could easily You could easily zap to nighttime, but this is giving you an in, so instead you agree. No problem, you can just hang out in the closet. It's fine. It's a lovely closet.
I know we just met, but... You're being kind of weird.
You hope it's the kind of weird that eventually becomes charming. You don't say that, though. Just think it. You know the barrier between your words and thoughts is ambiguous at best, but for real.
Anyway, you have no obligation to soak around my wardrobeifying assets chamber. I have a solution.
Pulling the shades, maybe?
No. Why would I deprive my plants of life, giving sunlight for a fragile skinned creature I've never met before? It is It is another solution.
A minute later, you were dressed in a floor-length gown of emerald velvet with long sleeves, a high neckline, and a dramatic hood to pull over your head. The dress does nothing for the heat, but it effectively shields you from the sunlight.
There we go. There you go.
All swaddled up like a baby, you joke. The troll just gives you a level look. Clearly, you've stumbled on a cultural misalignment.
Okay, hold on a moment. I noticed another thing that shouldn't be there in the background.
Oh,
That dress. She makes that for Vriska during the scrub session. That shouldn't exist yet.
the dress I'm currently wearing?
No. The white one in the background. You can't really see it all that well because the text box is blocking it, but it's directly
yes.
to the right of Kanaya.
Yeah. You can't see my mouse. Even though she's the one who hasn't heard of a baby, she stares at you until you start to feel embarrassed for not knowing things that she doesn't know. Oh, she's very good at staring contests. What an amazing potential friend. Now out of the closet, you now know that joke won't land either. You look around the room. It is indeed covered with plants and all its colorful bolts of fabric and half-finished sewing projects. Unlike Rose's knitting disarray, it does not give the impression of someone who has difficulty finishing things. This troll's room gives the impression of someone who enjoys, even excels at having multiple irons in hot places. Or at least she thinks she does. She seems to have just been on her computer thing when you zapped in, causing her chat client. She seems to have just been on her computer thing when you zapped in, because her chat client is flashing incessantly. You try to peer at the open window, but she hits a button and makes the projection disappear, a delicate green flush rising to her cheeks.
Oh fuck, she must have been talking to Vriska. Maybe that's why the dress exists. Because things are happening early because you fucked things up.
Right.
Ah. And she had a crush on Vriska before
Rose.
Vriska crushed her dreams.
No need to look at that.
What did Vriska do?
Well, remember, she was kind of leading Kanaya on a little bit,
Right.
and like had her make that dress for her, which she then used to try and seduce Tavros.
Right.
And it was just like kind of a fucking stab in the back type thing.
Right. Guiltily, you remember spying on Rose. When she called you out, you thought for a second that your chances of being her friend had run out. Like if there was a universe where you became her friend, and one where you didn't, you'd stumble clumsily into the wrong one. The bad one, if you will. But luckily, everything turned out fine. Maybe you could get away with it again?
Wait, wasn't there some red in her horns?
There should be.
Oh shit!
That seems to be a coloring mistake.
Yeah, this...
There's supposed to be 3 colors.
Yeah, Jesus. This game has, seems to have an issue with continuity errors and proofreading. Plus, the troll doesn't even know about your powers yet, not like Rose did. She'd have no reason to suspect you.
I mean, to be honest, like, fucking sometimes when I draw something, I'll be completely confident in, like, this is finished, and then I'm like, shit, I forgot the entire tale that is on this character.
Oh, no, I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not saying the game is bad because of it. I'm just saying
Oh,
this,
no, yeah.
this seems to be a reoccurring thing. Do we
Yeah.
want to spy on communications, or do we not want to spy on communications?
I
Well,
want to spy on the communications.
I was about to say, she's talking to Vriska, right? I know you want to do that.
And this also will likely be the bad end. You excuse yourself to the... You don't know what it's called here. The necessaries. You wave your hand in a vaguely embarrassed way, and the troll gets it. Out of her sight, you zap back to a few minutes ago. Just outside the door of the room you're in now. You wait until you hear the thump of yourself arriving in the closet, and the troll abandoning her desk. Then you quickly zap into the room and read her current chat.
Also, I'm just gonna call this right now. Just calling it. Whatever the bad end is, at least one of them is going to be Kanaya chainsawing you in half.
Yes!
Nice.
Oh fuck, she is trolling Vriska.
Yeah, that's totally Vriska.
Yes. I'm excited.
That is you, though, Autumn.
Okay. I think both were green, so good to know this is my green. Are
The
both green?
Vriska is going to be blue.
Yeah.
So I thought she was green. It just cannot escape my notice that the last 3 times you've contacted me, it was to ask if I finished your dress yet.
Good call, Ash.
Under these circumstances, I find it trying to believe that you wanted for Nate's particular reasons.
No
No
particular reason.
particular.
O's
Vriska
becomes
speaks with- Yeah. Go
O's
ahead.
becomes 8s because Vriska's thing is spiders.
Yeah.
So the O's become stacked on top of each other.
Wait,
O's become 8s. Other letters that look like an 8 sometimes become 8s. And then when she gets flustered, she just puts them in random places where they have no business being.
Vriska is kind of hard to read sometimes. Not as bad as Solix.
I wish you would just tell me why it's so important.
Get into my Vriska voice.
Mhm.
Of course you do. Fussy Fangs always has to have a reason for everything. Maybe I just want a present from my Moirail? Did you think of that? Or are you too busy fussing around in your fuss block? Maybe I'm being nice? Or did you not think I can be nice sometimes?
I know you can be. When you want, sort of. We are Moirails again now then. Are we more? God, I cannot read. Yesterday you said Yesterday you said tomorrow. So just do it, Kaiba boy.
What? Autumn, are you okay?
I'm never okay.
Okay.
Fair.
Yesterday you said defining a relationship was something only lame dorks would do.
Yeah, and my Moirail is a super lame dork.
Okay, define Moirail for us, Ash.
Moirail is the best friends forever quadrant. Essentially, aside from being best friends, the primary purpose of a Moirail is to balance out the other person's negative qualities, essentially making them more less volatile. For example, Karkat is Moirail's with Gamzee at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And Karkat sort of serves to keep Gamzee from doing anything stupid or violent, and Gamzee chills Karkat out.
Right.
At least at this point in,
In
their
theory.
relationship.
In theory.
In theory.
In theory.
It doesn't end up working out, so...
Not in the fucking least.
Mhm. But yeah,
Oh.
here, Vriska and Kanaya's relationship, I think, was kind of always doomed to fail. Vriska does not deal well with being friendly or helping people with their problems, at least especially not this far back.
If I remember correctly, I don't think Vriska ever actually considered Kanaya her Moirail. I think she's just lying.
No, she's just fucking with her.
Yeah.
That's you, Fangface!
It's just that I can't help but notice that I'm your Moirail again right now. When you want something from me.
You notice that a lot, don't you? Always noticing something.
Also, Vriska's a shitty person.
No, yeah. Listen,
Vriska's incredibly toxic and abusive as a friend.
Vriska is the worst. I kind of relate to certain aspects of her story, but that's sort of not the parts where she kills a bunch of people and abuses friends and shit.
Yeah.
She's bad.
She's bad. She
She's
gets
bad.
better, but
She gets better.
no, she'll never get that chance.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always really liked Vriska. She's just I know it's dumb and shallow, but she's just kind of a badass.
She's a fun character.
Also, do you want to see the giant face? Like, you got like... I'm not sure what
on the wardrobe or whatever?
Yeah, you got like, the
Yeah,
two circles, the
100%.
eyes, and like the chattering teeth.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Love it.
I bet you would be shocked to know how much you don't see. You don't even know half of what I have going on right now.
If I've ever pretended to know what is going on with you, please allow me to apologize for such a gross misrepresentation of my reality.
Whatever. Can you just tell me if you've finished it yet? Hello? Kanaya?
The log ends there. You zap back before past you is done changing into the dress and re-enter the room. The troll Kanaya is back at her lunchbox computer, typing furiously. You have to handle the situation delicately. She can't know you're spying on her. Since you've already said that you know about Karkat, you hedge your bets on all of them sharing the same friend group. You ask her carefully if she happens to know your other friend as well. Arachnid's grip? The little green flush darkens Kanaya's cheeks again. She bites her lip, showing one adorable fang.
I see 2.
Shush.
Yes. I know her. Why?
You're sure that helping Kanaya figure out her situation with this girl is the key to earning her friendship. A big, juicy interpersonal conflict to solve has been dangled in front of you, and nothing makes friends more reliably. But then again, you can't really know everything about this other troll. You don't even know her name, just her handle. Can you really be of use to Kanaya? Especially when your knowledge of this girl is based on a foundation of lies? Is this the right way to go? Oh, Jesus. Another choice already.
More
Oh, wow.
saving!
Offer to help or back off.
The bad end.
I feel like you not knowing anything about Vriska will make the top one the bad end.
Yeah. God, I love her outfit. I want that outfit.
It's such a good outfit.
Up to you, Autumn.
type.
Sure. To offer the help with the ag.
You gesture wildly. You and this girl, whose name you totally know, we go way back. In fact, Kanaya wants some... in fact, if Kanaya wants some help figuring things out with her, you could definitely help. You're an observant person, this part is true. And you want to help her, this too. What? Oh. Kanaya thinks it's over, looking skeptical.
What could you do to help besides giving me my horn colors back?
Your what?
The fucking horn colors.
Horn colors. Oh, they're back!
She's just impossible. Everyone knows that already. I'm not breaking new ground about Vriska here.
Vriska! That must be her name. Despite Kanaya's outward frustration, you keep sensing some kind of guilty affection here. You don't know what a Moirail is. How could you? You've never heard the name before. But it conjures a feeling inside of you. A vague sense of warmth and comfort, and for some reason, a dark room and the smell of popcorn. Anyway, it's clearly some kind of intimate relationship. And Kanaya's feelings are all wrapped up in it. You know what to do in that kind of situation. She needs to tell Vriska how she feels. You expect Kanaya to brush this off. She hasn't exactly been Miss Emotional Openness so far. And she looks like she's about to, but then she wavers. To your surprise, she lets out a heavy sigh, her shoulders slumping.
What would be the point? She's not even into the relationship we have now. There's no way she'd want to take it in a more.
Moray.
No.
In a more? What?
I think she's like leading into the next part of the sentence in a more like
In a more crimson direction.
yeah, there we go.
What's the fully romantic one called? I thought it was called Moray.
No, it's fuck. Hold on. I got this.
We believe in you.
It is called Matesprit.
Got it.
And it is represented by a red heart.
Yes. Clearly, these feelings have worn her down so much, her spiky defenses are weakened. You don't want to cheer on someone. You don't want to cheer on someone's vulnerabilities, but, well, it's hard to forge a friendship without them. You ask her if she's sure about that.
Well, no. I can't ever tell if she's sincere. She makes serious things into jokes and jokes into big dramas. I thought she started calling me her moral as a joke. But she told everyone else about it too. She didn't even ask me what I wanted. And now I don't know what to talk about to her about it. Yeah. Every conversation we have gets so antagonistic. But I'm not interested in that quadrant with her. Sometimes it feels like our relationship is just an aggregation of shallow and insincere hostilities.
Despite the unfamiliar alien words, this teen romantically feeling is common among all species. You nod sympathetically, but, you point out, Kanaya isn't happy now. So what would she have to lose if she pressed the issue? Kanaya gives you that even scathing gaze again.
And what is your personal interest in my quadrants? Carcat's friend.
Whoops, you pushed it too far. All your recent successes have made you cocky. You revert to barefaced honesty and tell her you want to get to know her better.
I have plenty of friends already. And I don't even like some of them.
Mood.
But I will think about your unsolicited, unwelcome advice.
I should say mood because when I was a teen, I also had lots of friends, some of whom I actually liked. Not currently. I'm getting much better at pruning down my social circle.
Yeah, I'm here to make sure it's not always so nice for you. Advice from a stranger whose presence you're tolerating solely to not be responsible for the death of an innocent is well known to be the best kind of advice.
That's about the... Why is she vibrating? That's about the best you can ask for. You shut up and sit quietly while Kanaya goes back to her activities, sewing and tending to her plants with a big chainsaw she seems to have pulled out of nowhere. It was the chainsaw. Finally, she huffs a sigh and throws the chainsaw down on the floor. It disappears again, but a little gold tube rolls away from where it landed. Kanaya stalks back to her magical computer lunchbox. She's emanating such a determined air that you don't care to address her. Maybe she's forgotten about you. If so, it's to your advantage, because Kanaya's setup projects... Because Kanaya's setup projects her windows in a very visible way, and she didn't tell you not to look this time.
Okay. You know how you basically refuse to be straightforward with me? You know how you... And I use this metaphor with full consciousness of its use on the nose nature. Always weave a web of intricate emotional misdirection, and basically act the most infuriating way possible.
What? Slow down. What are you talking about?
Why did you start calling me your Moirail? Was it because you actually had those feelings for me, or did it suit your purpose somehow?
So... I realize I can describe this better. So, Moirail isn't just, like, best friends forever. It's like a platonic life partner.
Yeah. It's like soulmate, but...
Yeah, but in a non-romantic sense. Like, it's not you calling me your best friend. It's I'm calling you the other half of me, but in a non-romantic sense. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking deal.
What if I started calling you my mate spirits? Would you make it to reality? Is that how it works? Would you just say things and assume they will happen like you said, instead of talking about it with the other person involved? That time I meant to you in an abstract and general sense, not specifically you.
Wait, are you saying you want to be meat spritz?
Actually uses the mate as in, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I'm one of the few of us who still likes you. You know everyone wonders why I still talk to you at all. And sometimes I do too, after everything you've done. I think in this situation, the evidence for strong What?
Concupiscent.
How's yeah, that's a good word.
I'm not sure that's actually a word in English.
I'm looking it up.
Go for it.
I think in this situation, the evidence for a strong concupiscent feeling on my part is compelling.
Filled with sexual desire, lustful.
Damn.
Wow. I like how it has piss in it. Very fitting.
Auto.
As I said, I'm here to make everyone's life just a little bit worse.
Well, you're failing. Your presence in my life has definitely caused made it a bit better.
Aw, I'd hug you if I could.
Shut up, phone.
Aw.
I do not think our so-called more real allegiance is satisfying enough to account for my continued attachment to you. Any outside observer could perceive as much.
Wow! I think there was a confession somewhere buried under all that insulting language. You know what, meanie fangs? Let's do it. Let's be mate spritz.
Do not mock me.
I'm not! Jeez, do you know how unfair you're being? Vriska, be more straightforward. Vriska, talk clearly about your feelings. Define our relationship. Then, when I do it, this is what I get? Let's flip red. Why not?
Wait, really?
Yes!
Oh my god, she's so cute! Kanaya slams the lunchbox shut and turns to you. She's even more flustered than she was before, and you can't even tell if she's freaked out or thrilled. Maybe even she doesn't know. Oh my god, she's so cute!
Aww.
Listen. I had to go somewhere. You can let yourself right out. Do not steal anything from me.
You open your mouth, about to suggest that she could teleport her where she needs to go, but she rushes past you and down the stairs. Then she's gone. Dang, you've been getting really good mileage lately out of being the person to unite distant friends. Lousy goddamn stupid independent action. You get the feeling following her wouldn't go over well either. Kanaya probably needs some privacy right now. A lesser friendship aspirant might give up at this point, but your unique skills have honed in on one thing. This relationship is happening because of your advice. Surely once things settle down, Kanaya will remember this and turn to you, ready to embrace you and rain down thanks and praise for your good works. Oh no.
Oh no, this is going to end badly.
Oh, you're not about to wait around for it here. You zap ahead a couple days. I thought you were going to stalk her. You meeting me, I guess. Maybe? No Kanaya. Nothing in the room indicates that Kanaya has even been back here yet. You try a couple days more. Still no Kanaya.
Oh,
You zap
no.
again. Now you're a week out, and the brown edges on some of these leaves suggested that Kanaya has been at her new girlfriend's house this entire time. You're about to give up when you hear a
no, I
door
have a
slam
bad
downstairs.
feeling about this.
Yeah. Kanaya storms up the winding staircase,
No.
stopping dead when she sees you.
Oh great, just what I needed. Someone I don't know here in a delicate emotional time to witness my comprised state. Whenever I'm on the precipice of romantic disaster, I always think to myself, I wish a deformed stranger was in my house refusing to leave. Just to bear witness to my inelegant suffering. Inelegant?
Inelegant.
Inelegant.
God, can you see why she ends up marrying Rose?
I barely know these characters, but I can see it.
Just from that one exchange. Anyways, Okay, wow, that was harsh. You're beginning to think your strategy is not going to pan out. Never one to be deterred easily, you cautiously ask her if she wants to talk about it. She puts her face in her hands.
You know what? You're probably the only person who thought this was remotely a good idea. And therefore probably the only one I could complain to.
Don't grab the chainsaw, don't grab the chainsaw.
Everyone else saw this coming, I'm sure. As outcomes go, this was not particularly stealthy.
You were breathing really hard into your mic.
I'll put it away. Over, maybe down here.
When she looks up, she doesn't look angry anymore, just upset. Oh no.
I do not know why I thought that I was becoming my mate spirit. She would somehow start acting differently than the way she always has.
Relationships are hard. Relationships are hard and nobody understands.
Well, no. I mean, they are a very common form of social interaction. I think most people, especially past the age when their genetic contribution is legally required, understand or face certain culling.
Okay, never mind that. You were trying to do a thing and it clearly didn't work, so things didn't work out with Vriska?
You could say that. At first it was everything I wanted. She's right, you know. She can be nice sometimes. But then she just started ordering me around. Like I had to do what she said just because I was her mate spirit. Like maybe the reason she agreed in the first place is because she wanted that leverage.
You know she's upset, but she isn't getting visibly emotional. Instead, as she talks, her eyes narrow and her voice grows icy with anger. She grows very still, her muscles held taut.
And she kept trying to use me to get back in with our friends who sensibly dropped her already. Like Kakarot and Terezi. Although I can't believe I still have any cash with them after so obviously taking leave of my senses enough to date her.
I forgot that Vriska and Terezi were on bad terms at this point in the story.
Even Terezi wasn't stupid enough for that.
I do sometimes get Vriska and Terezi mixed up in my head, though, because they're both giant jerks.
Terezi's better.
Hey, remember that one time Terezi gets John killed? And then
that was...
And then makes fun of him because he was dumb enough to believe her?
that was definitely fucked up, but, like, that's, like, kind of... I don't know, I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything, but that's, like, one instance of behavior like that, in the whole story.
That is the first interaction we have with her as a character.
Oh, absolutely. But this is before all the character development.
I suppose. I just noticed the dress has wings.
Yeah.
She just wanted me to like her so she could exploit me. Maybe because she doesn't have enough other friends. So she had to get the most out of me.
Her voice is trembling with anger now. Jeez, that's rough. Honestly, it sounds to you like Kanaya dodged a bullet. When you first saw that Kanaya had a crush on this girl, you kind of assumed that someone as composed and rational as Kanaya would be drawn to someone who'd compliment her well. But you've just watched her walk into a train wreck. Well, encouraged her to. It's probably good that she broke up with Vriska.
I didn't.
Oh. Well...
But you're right.
Oh god. She stalks over to her husk cop and throws the top open so violently it nearly breaks. She opens a window and starts typing. Her claws hit the keys so hard that one of them pops off and flies to the ground.
No, Vriska, I didn't just want to date you. I wanted you to feel the same things I felt and treat me like a mate spirit. And whatever this is, it isn't what I wanted.
Excuse me? What are you saying?
But Kanaya slams the screen down and turns away. Then she puts her hand over her face again and bursts into tears. You can't help but feel a little awkward. There? Kanaya glares at you.
Oh, this is your fault, right? I do not think you have shown yourself to be competent enough in this area to try to fix things now. Can you please just leave me alone?
Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to turn this around. Leaving probably is the best thing you can do for Kanaya now. You nod sadly and zap the fuck out of there. No! 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 Kanaya, I'm sorry. Oh.
You have, okay, yeah, I'll start for this one. Alright, back off.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to decide if I want to, like, do the part of that route again just so I can get a picture of super happy Kanaya, because I'm pretty sure I could use that for, like, I don't know, maybe a splash screen or something. It was really fucking cute. I'm gonna do that.
It was.
I'm gonna do that really fucking cute or quick.
I'm pretty sure they posted, like, all of the artists posted the sprites around when they came out, so I could probably find the transparent version, or at least one without a background or whatever.
Okay, that would be appreciated. Okay, so we're backing off. No reason, you say, just curious. Kanaya gives you a suspicious look.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of in the middle of something. You can just while away with time until it gets dark.
Sure. You watch her for a few minutes as she finishes up her conversation, and then starts working on things around her room. But having seen what you've seen, you are determined to find some way to help her. You can't fix her interpersonal problems. Maybe you can figure out something else she'd enjoy? Filled with investigative spirit, you start to gather evidence. Snoop. You start to snoop. Spying's got you this far. Spying is great. You rifle through Kanaya's bookshelf. She has a number of sewing pattern books, which you assume must have some kind of whimsically gruesome twist congruent with the rest of the world building of this planet. But pretty much just look like sewing pattern books. There is one thing on the shelf in your own language. It's not a book, but a stack of printed out pages bound together in a distinctly homemade way. It says Suburb Beta Walkthrough at the top and is covered with a familiar erudite prose. Wait!
Oh, fuck.
She has
It's
Rose's
Rose's
walkthrough?
How did she already have Rose's walkthrough?
You're pretty sure the events described in this document never happened in the timeline you're currently making. But maybe whatever source Kanaya got this from is not bound strictly to one timeline. See, I know the answer to this, I think, because I looked at the the chapter titles, and I think this takes place right before Homestuck 2, and
I know where it falls with Homestuck 2. There's some shit that I know.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I think shit's gonna start going down in these chapters.
Yeah. Also, I have... Oh, wait, hold on. I need to make it transparent. Hold on one moment.
There are a number of books... There are a number of books featuring shining white figures, mostly women, with prominent fangs and variously colored blood dripping from their cruel and elegant mouths. They are all dressed in an explosion of brightly colored fabrics. Something about this sparkle strikes you as deeply, strangely familiar. You must just be thinking of vampires. There's no reason you would know anything about whatever the rainbow blood imbibing troll equivalent is. Most of these covers feature a swooning troll of varying genders, clearly about to have their throat torn out sexily. Many of the rainbow vampires are being menaced by brave heroes, all wielding chainsaws. A loud buzz makes you look up. You can't help but notice that Kanaya is tending to her own topiaries with a large chainsaw of her own. Okay. You're putting this all together. The bright colors all around her house, the choice of weapon, the love of sunlight. Kanaya's heart desires clearly to date a sexy vampire. Maybe that's what AG is.
God damn it.
Like,
This-
who wouldn't?
This is like in the Discworld
I mean,
books.
yes, but
This is like
yeah.
in the Discworld books where everyone assumes that Nobby is the werewolf on the City Watch. Which is a reference only some people are gonna get. Read Discworld, it's a really great series. You wonder if you could make this happen for her. Maybe on this planet, it's not just a fantasy. You clear your throat to get Kanaya's attention, and then casually wonder aloud if Alterna has any kind of non-living creatures.
Oh. You mean the undead?
Yes, the undead. Where might one find the undead?
It is not difficult. They trot past my hive in their hordes every day. Slavering and so on. Slavering.
You're right, yes,
Huh?
slavering. Good.
Trying to get in sometimes.
It's all coming together. This must be the root of Kanaya's fascination. You start to form a plan, oh no. For the next few hours, you keep a keen eye trained on the window. Sure enough, within an hour, a group of strange, shambling creatures lurches into view. You yell and point out the window, drawing Kanaya's attention, and then zap yourself out there in front of the horde. Now that you're close up, you can see that these guys are not exactly the debonair creatures of the night from Kanaya's book covers. They're more like zombies, big, slow, stumbling things, half of them falling apart. Still, needs must, you're going to net one of them for Kanaya. You stand your ground as they lurch towards you, trying to select the most alluring. Suddenly, Kanaya is at your side, out of breath from running. She's wielding her chainsaw.
Are you actually bereft of sense? You don't fight the undead. This is suicidal.
You weren't trying to fight them, but there's no time to explain that because they attack you anyway. A great monstrous arm backhands you to the ground, and monster claws tear through your gown and into your shoulder, lifting you by it. The creature opens a mouth full of more teeth than you thought could fit inside there. And you're falling. You hit the ground and roll, dirt grinding into the wounds on your arm. The top half of the creature lands next to you, twitching slightly. Kanaya's chainsaw gleams with its black blood. She twirls and bisects another undead thing, but then a third one pugs her from behind and lifts her, its maw opening wide. You scramble to your feet and throw yourself at Kanaya, grabbing her kicking leg and squeezing your eyes shut to concentrate. You zap. Please don't let the monster come with you. You open your eyes. The monster did not come with you. Only his arms did. Kanaya shakes herself a little, free from their disembodied embrace. Blood pools on her carpet. She does something to get rid of the chainsaw, and suddenly she's holding a tube of lipstick, which she opens. She slicks a fresh coat of black onto her lips. You slowly catch her breath. You're about to offer her an apology when something makes you pause. Kanaya is staring at the pools of blood. She cautiously, guiltily, leans down and swipes a finger in the mess. She then brings it to her mouth and deliciously licks. Blah! She makes a face and spits the blood out. Then she looks up at you, flushed emerald with embarrassment. Oh, you think you made a mistake. Kanaya doesn't want to date a vampire. She wants to be a vampire.
Danny did not see that.
You smile cautiously. It's okay, you tell her. You're embarrassed yourself by your foolish actions.
Yes. Why did you do that? Also, how did you teleport? We'll be coming back to that one, do not mistake me. But I can't understand why anyone would run straight into a horde of the undead.
You look down. Well, it's just that when she said undead, You're picturing something else. Another kind of creature that was dead, and now isn't, and is a little more appealing. Understanding dawns.
Oh, I see. Well, that's understandable.
Vampires are just so cool. They're so cool and hot, it would make sense for anyone to want to be one.
I don't want to be a. I don't know what a vampire is. I just read way too much other things into that.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that we are on the same page. Maybe I misjudged you. Perhaps you have a greater intelligence and finer taste than I originally inferred.
Maybe, you say. You bet anyone with taste would find Kanaya's daring, unconventional aesthetic intriguing. Something, even someone like Tentacle Therapist? Kanaya freezes.
How do you... Did you just... I mean... Who is that? I mean,
She clears her throat uncomfortably.
Ow! Whoever that is. I hope you're right. And also... Well...
She looks embarrassed again.
Thank you for saying so.
Tentacle Therapist is Rose, by the way. Right?
Yes.
Okay. You nod, wondering if you should say more. But you should keep that friend's secrets, just like you were going to keep Kanaya's vampire fantasy secret. Because that's what friends do.
Is it
They're
good?
gonna,
Oh.
they're gonna be
Oh, there it
yay!
Bonded for life. Awkward. Alright. One last route.
Yes.
Let's not spy. No. Even if you don't get caught, it's just not a good way to begin a friendship. Much fairer to start on even footing. Besides, you already have an in. You ask the troll how she knows Karkat. She looks bored by this conversation starter.
Sorry, but... I was actually kind of busy when you came in. I'm not going to consign you to fiery death outside the light, but... I would appreciate some personal time.
Sure, you say. Of course. The troll gives you a suspicious look until you turn away that she can be assured of her privacy. She goes right back to chatting with her friends. After a while, she gets up and starts working on a dress she's sewing. She keeps getting frustrated, ripping it out and redoing it to get it perfect. She's not being rude to you, but she's ignoring you. You attempt to engage a few more times, and she keeps answering politely, but she just refuses to be pulled into shenanigans from which a lasting friendship could form. After several hours, the sun slips below the horizon and leaves the world in twilight. The troll girl yawns.
Well... It should be safe for you to leave now. Goodbye.
She nicely but firmly directs you out the door. Aww. That was a shorter one than the other ones, I think. Let's double check. Yep, nope, that was the ending.
Yay!
Yay.
Well,
What was the correct
yeah,
ending
I think.
for?
Huh?
I'm trying to remember what the correct ending for John was, and it is the one with all the cakes.
Yeah.
Anyways, that will be it for today, I think.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! My throat.
Huzzah!
Rather sore.
Next time.
Next time
Next
is
time on Dragon Ball Z.
next time is Gamzee and Vriska.
I
Oh
cannot wait for
boy!
Friska. I cannot wait.
Rorden Gamzee.
Oh boy. Oh boy.